Malachim Bet, 2 Kings, chapter 11. When Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she set about destroying the entire royal family. But Yehosheba, the daughter of King Joram, sister of Ahaziah, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him away from among the princes who were being slaughtered. She took him and his nurse, sequestered them in a bedroom, and hid them from Athaliah, so that he was not killed. He remained hidden with his nurse in the house of Adonai for 6 years. During this time, Athaliah ruled the land. In the 7th year of Jehoiada, summoned the captains of 100-manned platoons of both the Kari and the guard. He brought them into the house of Adonai, made an agreement with them, and had them swear to it in the house of Adonai. Then he showed them the king's son and gave them this instruction. Here is what you are to do. Of you who come on duty on Shabbat, a third normally guards the royal palace, a third is at the sewer gate, and a third is at the gate behind the guards. The first third is to continue guarding the palace and serve as a barrier, while the other 2 groups of you who come on duty on Shabbat will guard the house of Adonai where the king is. You are to surround the king, each man with his weapons in his hand. Anyone who penetrates the ranks is to be killed. Stay with the king whenever he leaves or enters. The captains over hundreds did exactly as Jehoiada the Kohen ordered. Each took his men, those coming on duty on Shabbat and those going off duty on Shabbat, and came to Jehoiada the Kohen. The Kohen issued to the captains of hundreds the spears and shields that had been King David's and were kept in the house of Adonai. The guards then took positions, each man with his weapons in his hand, from the right side of the house to the left side of the house, alongside the altar, alongside the exterior of the house, and around the king. Then he brought out the king's son, crowned him, gave him a copy of the testimony, and thus made him king. They anointed him, clapped their hands, and shouted, "Long live the king!" Then Athaliah heard the shouting of the guard and the people. She entered the house of Adonai where the people were, looked and saw the king standing there on the platform, in keeping with the rule, with the leaders and trumpeters next to the king. All the people of the land were celebrating and blowing the trumpets. At this, Athaliah tore her clothes and cried, "Treason! Treason!" Jehoiada the Kohen ordered the captains of hundreds, the army officers, escort her out past the ranks of guards, but anyone who follows her, kill with the sword. For the Kohen had said, she must not be put to death in the house of Adonai. So they took her by force and led her through the horses' entry to the royal palace, and there she was put to death. Jehoiada made a covenant between Adonai, the king, and the people, that they would be Adonai's people, and a covenant between the king and the people. Then all the people of the land went to the house of Baal and broke it down. They completely smashed its altars and images, and killed Matan, the priest of Baal, in front of the altars. Next, the Kohen appointed officers over the house of Adonai. He took the captains of hundreds, the Kari, the guards, and all the people of the land, and they brought the king down from the house of Adonai, going by way of the gate of the guards to the royal palace. There he sat on the throne of the kings. All the people of the land celebrated, and at last the city was quiet. This is how they killed Athaliah with the sword at the royal palace. End of 2 Kings, chapter 11.